Patrick. How we doing?
Here, it's race week for me.
You guys are ready.
Yeah, dude, we put in a lot of work, mostly Diana, but I'll take credit for it on behalf of her. Don't tell your mom I said that. So, anyways, we've been cleaning, testing sound, some new gadgets. We were kind of talking off air, some little gadgets in the booth. Hopefully, we're going to have some adjustments made to the sound system too, trying to optimize everything, get it all tuned in, and we're ready to play.
Ready to roll, man. I know. Seems like it was just January and now it's May. Not May yet. The next time I see you, it'll be May 3rd already.
Yeah, well, we've kind of mentioned this a couple times, man. We've had, especially you've had an off season to when you just need to be in the middle of race. You deserve this, all the good times at the racetrack that you can get starting now, because the off season was rough for us, for the whole racing family. So,
yeah, it was. We hopefully we celebrated the last two celebrations of a couple of gentlemen that left us this past weekend. Sunday, Roger Tilden's family, we were all in the beer barn there at Meridian. Very cool. I mean, I love them all. There's so many different ways to do that. You can share stories. You can have the church part. You can have all this stuff. Roger's family just pretty much said, open up the beer barn. We brought some food, and let's just sit around and BS about Roger. They had some pictures and stuff. And then a couple folks stood up and talked about Roger Tilden. And then so we miss him, his family. We love those guys. And then Friday night, Dirty Al Russell, he's been a huge part of the racetrack and the community and, since the 40s, 50s. But in pure Dirty Al fashion, I think he was upstairs with all of our other racing buddies because they had, his son and family had digital video boards set up. It was just amazing. I got there early and we were helping them get it all hooked up to our sound system and stuff. And then I think Al wanted to see us scamper from up above because about 14 minutes into what was a beautiful sunny day, and we're sitting outside on the track, like 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts come up and it started pouring down rain, and the balloons were flopping all over. And
man,
that's okay because I think he just wanted us in the beer barn, so we moved 300 people shoulder to shoulder in the beer barn, and we got it done, and it was an amazing tribute to Al. So, love those guys, miss those guys, but dang it, Patrick, I hope we don't have to do one of those again this summer, at least. I mean, it's been a hard hit this year for the racing community up here.
Yeah, we'll show our love to all those folks, but you just hope that we don't have to do that again for a while.
Yeah. So it's just me and Patrick tonight because
you're welcome.
It was just Patrick last week, right?
Yeah. We haven't really talked about that. Sorry, I kind of just.
No, we need to talk.
I mean, you said you weren't feeling good. I said maybe I'll just get on. I don't know. I just kind of ran with it, and so hopefully you can forgive me for that. I didn't share your password with anybody yet.
I don't know. I just got somebody messaged me that said, thanks for the password, Patrick. Maybe they didn't know I was going to be on tonight. No,
Did I say, I was like, I didn't think I hit send on that text. I don't know.
So, you know what? Whatever makes people subscribe on YouTube and get our viewership up. Well, you just might have to go rogue for a few weeks and just see what happens, right?
Yeah. Roll the dice, as they say. If you're watching this right now, go ahead and you can go to our Facebook, find our YouTube, subscribe there, like the Facebook page, follow along. We're currently making plans to try and get some different interviews posted on the YouTube page. You're going to want to keep the notifications going on there. This is Brent and I. We are literally, before we came on, we're sending links to microphones we can buy for wireless microphones to do interviews in the pit, hook up to our cell phone, stuff like that. That's just who we are. So we're making plans. There's going to be good content, consistent content coming out, little things here and there. So you're going to want to follow along. We'll give you behind the scenes looks. Look, listen, I might get in trouble for it, but I'll show you guys stuff at the racetrack you've probably never seen before. I don't ask if I can go there. I just go. So follow our Facebook and don't tell my boss.
No, but it's all cool stuff, right?
Yeah, I'll do my best. So also let us know what you want to see. Maybe you want to see uh, behind the scenes in the ticket booth. And
Wow.
maybe I can go in there and show you how, or at the will call. Maybe you want to see security, concessions, in the pits a little bit. Maybe I'll sneak in some people's trailers. I might get in trouble for it, like I said, but I'll sneak in some trailers. I bet you I could wander into the Waters trailer and they'd probably just laugh at me.
They would.
I don't know. John would, I don't want to he's probably got like a size 11 Ariat boot, and I don't want to get that to the rear end, but
It all depends. Look at
yeah.
I wandered into the Waters trailer on
What's
Saturday
that?
night. This is a poster. Oh, you can hear my dog barking out back too. This is a poster that Nat Attack Racing gave me, and yeah, there's more of that to come.
I'm starting to notice something here. Just trying to look at my background and yours, and it looks like you got a whole lot of cool race cars. I've got a
Curtain. I like the
Yeah.
curtain though.
Yeah, wife picked it out.
Yeah.
She actually hung it too. Great. She's the handy person in the house.
You did it all. I've got some
Yeah.
stuff back here from Nat Attack, Overturf Photography, Performance Science and Graphics. The little ones over here are courtesy of a yard sale, Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr. So I can't really tell you who those are from, but all of this stuff is from our sponsors.
We have the best sponsors. That being said, I'm gonna have to get some gear for my house. So all race car drivers, or if you know somebody, tell them they need to send me a flag, a poster, a banner, a plaque. What else do you got back there? I need that
blanket.
I need that. A blanket.
The pink lady right there is a blanket. I bought that years ago from Jerry and Mary. So yeah, that is a blankie.
I need a blankie.
Yeah.
I need a blankie.
Flag. Banner. Cool new edition. Big poster.
Framed poster.
Big. I mean, I'm pretty tall, as we all know, right?
Yeah, we're tall guys.
It comes right up above my chest, right below my chest to hide my belly. Hang on one second. Did you hear my dog?
I heard the dog.
Hang on. I'm gonna mute it and then tell him to shut the heck up. Hold on.
Okay, you're good. While Brent's muted, so like I said, all race car drivers, send me some swag, yo. Come on, let's get with it, as the children would say. I need these I don't know if I could permanently attach stuff to the walls because A, I'm not that handy, and B, my wife might kill me. But I'd like some things that I could prop up in the background, and I might even move to a different section of the house, whatever I got to do. Don't tell your mom I'm talking about this. Anyways, I'll hang it up somewhere. We'll get there. That's all that matters. So
don't tell her.
Yeah.
Just don't tell her till afterwards. And when she sees how amazing it is, because I know she's as big of a race nut as us, I'm sure she'll walk in and be like, Patrick, this is so awesome.
Yeah.
And then I would probably promptly get a text message like, take all your stuff down so Patrick will take his down. And then next week I'll have a white curtain with some mini blinds behind it.
Yeah, she'll send
Sorry,
you
Diana.
some curtains.
So yeah, so if you guys are out there watching, and we've got a few of you on both YouTube and Facebook, comment, talk to us, question us. Yeah, just be nice to us, right? Well, you don't even have to be nice to us.
People usually aren't.
Yeah.
We're
careful what you wish for, though. Sometimes there might be that one person out there like, oh, I get to be mean to that guy finally.
Yeah, we really don't need him trying on that.
Yeah, don't try too hard. Saturday night, last Saturday. Let's talk about last Saturday for a minute, what we got to do at Meridian. And then I want to talk to you a little bit about what you've got going on this coming weekend. Saturday night was a Speed Tour Sprint Car opener at Meridian Speedway. It's always hit or miss because we're always like a month and a half away from Diamond Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a lot of the drivers still kind of thrashing on things, getting things put together. Sometimes we've had 4 cars. Sometimes we've had 12 cars. You just don't know what to expect. And then Adam wanted a little more excitement a couple weeks ago, just kind of pulled it out. Let's do a boat race that night too.
Oh,
So we had 10 Speed Tour sprint cars at the racetrack. So a really good field of Speed Tour sprint cars. Troy DeCare in the number 9 did not make the race, so we started with 9. Boy, it's been a long time since we've seen Brian Wharf dominate a race. And that young man, when he got out front, he was gone, Patrick. Could be a good year for that 91 team.
that's the Brian Wharf I'm used to seeing. You just know if you get him in a car, and he can have himself a good night at the racetrack.
Yeah, it just seems like the last few years, they've went through, that team has also went through some loss. Pat Russell, and then Scotty B passed away last year. He was a big part of that team, but they've all regrouped. They've all came back together. And yeah, it was a pretty good showing. I know Casey Tillman apparently at noon didn't have a motor in his race car and decided that it would be kind of cool to go racing since some of those other guys. Casey literally rolled that race car, the 92, out of the trailer. They backed it into the pits. Casey straps his helmet on. Bam, first practice. Talking to Casey afterwards, like, yeah, we weren't going to race, but we decided to, finish the motor and come out anyway. So,
Wow.
hey, sprint car time. But yeah, what are you doing after lunch? Oh, we're putting a motor in a sprint car and driving it 20 minutes to the racetrack. And then, we'll be second or third quick, work out the bugs and that sort of thing. But yeah, Troy DeCare, Colton Nelson had a great run. Mike Anderson, after the crazy flip in the non-winged a few weeks ago, he put the wing on. He was out there. Brian, Colton, Mike were your podium finishers. Good to see Mike up there on victory lane with us. So we had Colton, Brian, Mike, Casey, Willie G. Willie Ginn had a brand new race car.
It's that bright red 61 car?
Yeah, was that cool looking or what?
I saw pictures, and it's a good looking car.
Yeah, good looking car. I know they were battling something, I believe, in the rear end or something. One of those guys can tell us if they're on here. That's 5. Natalie Waters was out there. Car ran good, got hot. So she pulled it in when it started to get hot. So they'll work on that overheating problem. I know they said they're probably not going to be at the Meridian race on the 17th, but they're ready for Diamond Cup. That's what they're going to be going after. That's 7. I was trying to be smart and remember who was all out there, but I have 3 more. Getting old, Patrick. It's been like 4 days. I don't even remember.
I'll see if I can.
Yeah, I'll have you look that. Then, Zamp NASCAR late models. Andrew Palmer. We've talked about him in the off season. We had him on the show last year. Said it's going to be a guy that he's going to be a force, and he was. It was like Palmer versus nobody, and then the other 9 or 10 late models. So congrats to Andrew and the Freedom Payments machine. Here, Spanky said the 21. Spank said 21 and 22. Oh, yeah. Josh Panopoulos and Nate Little. Both in Panopoulos-owned cars. Thanks, Spank.
Spanky's the man.
Dave Perry brought a car back out. Ricky Yachts out of Cannon City, Colorado, driving Dave Perry's car. I think we just need to put Spank right here on the show for us, and he could be the brains, and we could be the looks. Actually, he has the looks and the brains, doesn't he, Spanky?
That guy.
He's the full package.
He's a workhorse, man, and he's like super nice, but he handles business. So don't cross that man. I'll just tell you that.
No, he is a what is it? A wolf in sheep's clothing. If you push him that far, maybe
Yeah, just don't push him. I love the guy. I look because he's always nice to me. I just try to not do something stupid so I don't have to have a talk with him in the office after. You know what I mean?
Yep. Got to start out good. Jeremy White, of course, watching us. Thank you, Jeremy.
What's up, Jeremy?
Getting us in here. Jaden Roberts, one of our fans from Meridian Speedway. He hangs out on the front stretch with us. So hi to Jaden. So yeah, comment, talk, do all the cool stuff. We talked last year too, Patrick, about Sam Newcomer Sr., who we lost to cancer.
Yeah.
Jesse James Lawson did an amazing thing putting Sam Sr. in a car shortly before he passed. And Saturday night, put Sam Jr. in the very fast number 5 street stock that Jesse races. And I tell you what, Sam Newcomer Jr. won the heat race.
Oh,
He was winning the main event pretty comfortably. Scott Groom was coming up. Kendra Achapenti was coming up. Of course, Andrew Palmer was in the mix. But he didn't win. Jake Altman got his first ever street stock win in the 20. And of course, hats off to Jake. Great guy. He's been working on cars the last 3 or 4 years trying to make it happen, and he got a main event win. Sam Newcomer Jr., hats off to that kid. Hopefully he runs the whole season. He definitely had an angel running with him last weekend, and I was very impressed. I mean, he got out there, he got on the pedal, and he went, Patrick.
Yeah, I caught him in. I was watching the stream, but I did see was that the one? There was kind of like some craziness right up at the end. We had somebody.
Yeah, there's just some
little bumping going on.
Street stock rubbing and racing. Scott Groom doing everything he could to get up there, did a great job. Kendra Achapenti, they've been thrashing on that car, and by they, I'm going to tell you, me had been thrashing on that car the week before, trying to get her back out. Kendra had some work stuff to do over that off week. I was sick, couldn't talk, so I might as well just be laying underneath the race car by myself. So thank God that thing held together since she let me wrench on it. And then Jake, Jake wasn't even in his own car. Jake was in Dave Scharcher's car, a buddy's car, because his car broke and backed into the wall during test and tune. And, those things are not, it's not like a Hot Wheels car where we can just go buy a new one, right?
Yeah.
Put those back together. But Jake did a heck of a job. Yeah, there was some bumping and beating and banging. That's street stocks, man. I mean, that's what you get 3. We'll talk about this in a minute, but you get 3 street stock main events Saturday night. Triple 25s. So I thought the Meridian one was good. This one's gonna be pretty cool. Hey, wait, Sam Jr. Jeremy says Sam can wheel the car for sure. Yeah, carrying on his dad's dream. He always wanted to race with him, and that's pretty cool there. Spanky letting Jake know he did a good job, and we even got street stock winner Jake Altman on here as well. So nice job, Jake. Of course, we never pick favorites, right? But it's always cool to see the guy that just goes out there and busts his butt every week. And if it's not wrong place, wrong time, it's wrong motor, wrong something, never anything by his fault. So good first win for Jake, and I hope it's not the last. Hope we get to see him in victory lane again.
I bet he'll put some others together for sure.
Yeah. Other than that, Pepsi sprint cars were awesome. Riley Rogers, the rest of that field at Meridian, they're going to need to get their crap together because Riley Rogers is just waltzing away with that thing. So
Young Buck really knows how to drive that thing, huh?
Oh man, he it was funny because his mom had put on Facebook 9 years ago or something when he was really young buck, jumped into the Pepsi sprint car. She had me and Riley on the front stretch when he won a main event. And of course, we both look the same age all these years later, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I think anyway. But yeah, he's got that. He's got a cool little mini stock he's running. So congrats to Riley. Yeah. And then boat races. Stingers, Trammell Construction Stingers were out there. We had 4 of them. Mikey Trammell wins, looking good. And yeah, boat races were really off the hook with knocking on the door of 5,000 people.
Stands were packed. I saw on the stream. There's just people everywhere.
Yeah, it was a packed event, and we were excited. I know that the management was excited to see it. And yeah, normally after I'm done, and you know what we do, we lock up the booth, we turn everything off, we get all of our stuff put away. Normally by the time I make it down to the pit area, there's a couple hundred people still mingling, and sometimes that goes all night. It was shoulder to shoulder by the time I got down there. So I know before I got down there, it must have been just packed crazy. So
Yeah,
that was a party in the pits we haven't seen in a long time.
that's cool, man. And if you've never been to Meridian Speedway, their party in the pits is really a party in the pits. You've got to experience it.
Yeah, it was awesome. So really, hats off to all the fans. I mean, yeah, the drivers put on a show, and all of us that work there, we try to put it all together. But we did the wave with the cell phone lights, and I know Tyler got some pictures, and it was just people were going crazy. I love it. I love sharing our home with all those people. It makes the night well worth it.
That's
Riley,
for sure.
Riley Robert must be drinking. He's calling us good looking.
Oh, hello, Riley.
Riley. Riley says everybody wanted to see me. No, just you, Riley. Call me later, big boy. No, I'm just kidding. You have been waiting since September, and it's here. Saturday night, May 3rd. And yeah, Adam put out today triple 25s for the McDonald's street stocks. And
I didn't see that.
Much more. Yeah, so your streets are in a triple 25s, 500 to win each. So somebody could go away with 1,500, or you could have three $500 winners. 75 laps of racing.
That's going to be really cool. Just seeing who we've got on board, the trucks, late models, Idaho vintage racers, street stocks, as you mentioned. Thunderdog is going to be making the season debut, and the Hornets. If you've been out there to Magic Valley Speedway in the past couple of seasons, you've seen the Bombers class. I saw Thunderdogs on the schedule. I literally texted Adam and was like, hey, what's a Thunderdog? I never thought I'd send a text like that to a boss of mine, but I did. You know what I mean? I'm like, yep. What's a Thunderdog? And he said, hey, imagine Bombers, but with bigger bumpers, basically. Mm-hmm. And it can be, you'll see all sorts of types of cars out there. So it's going to be one you're going to want to come out for. It's a class that I know with Adam there at the track, he's going to have some fun with it. Things will get crazy. You never really know what we're going to do, but if we can do it, we will.
So Thunderdogs, we don't care who's driving. It could be Patrick. It could be Diana. It could be Adam. The cars are named. If you go onto the Speed Meridian site, because we've had a race, after, you can look at the points, and it's the 3, it's the Cougar Uber, it's the car.
There's like James Bond.
Yep. Yeah, they're everywhere in there. So that's the cool thing, and that's what it's all about. And yeah, you're not gonna go 35 laps in a circle. Adam's gonna make you go 45 laps in figure eights and backwards and upside down, and even put it in reverse if we can, right, Patrick?
Yeah, he'll be like, hey, we're going to let this person take a shortcut on this lap. They're going to cut across the middle. We're going to go this way. We're going to stop this person, turn everybody around. We're going to make them go. You never know. Yeah, Riley says, me and a Thunderdog this year. Listen, I don't know if they make a fire suit, let alone a helmet big enough to fit. You know what I mean? And I don't have enough life insurance. I don't know. We're going to have to make some discussions.
Yeah. Trevor Wells wants to see it too. Careful, because a couple of these guys have some pretty good connections to some running Thunderdogs with Trevor. Yeah, so they may be bringing you one down. Yeah, so Thunderdogs are going to be awesome. What else did you say? We got trucks coming?
Trucks, late models, Idaho vintage racers. So just right, the NASCAR trucks, if you haven't seen the trucks race, we're talking names like, we've seen in the past, like Newhouse, Qualley, Losser, right? Names that have been doing this for a while, but we've also got some young racers that, a couple rookies in the past couple seasons, folks, these kids that are up and coming, getting in the mix, putting in the seat time. So we've got a mix of veteran and young racers in the class. And the trucks are typically, from what I've seen, a class that's clean, good racing. So I love watching the trucks. What did Trevor say? Patrick in the Boss Hog? Dude, yep. Listen, if you put enough money up, you never know what could happen, because I did win the Outhouse Grand Prix last year. I'm just going to say that. And I was also what do they call him? A gunner. I think Adam called us a gunner in the gauntlet.
You were?
And I was scared for my life in that moment, but I did it. So
yep. You're here to talk about. you were either going to be here to talk about it or you weren't, right? It was kind of
Yeah.
a 50-50 deal.
I really was scared, and I'll say I've said it before. They had me sitting next to in the back seat. There was like some guy I didn't know. In the middle was like this chick who was like, I don't know, 14, and me, and she was like calm as a summer breeze, nothing. And I was like, "Are you not scared?" She's like, "No." Why? I was like, "Because I'm terrified right now. That's why." You know.
And if
So
one of us is going to scream like a girl, it's going to be Patrick.
I was like, I know this is
Been
going to happen. I am totally get what Riley's got a suit. Oh crap.
and a
Okay.
9X helmet.
Delete that comment. Delete that comment.
Yeah, that one's going away. Yeah, Riley would have a 9X helmet. He's got a heck of a melon on his shoulders. Holy moly.
He and I have big brains. That's what they say.
Yeah. Trevor will buy you a sandwich if you do
Crispy
it.
chicken.
Mm.
That's tempting. That's really tempting.
That might be more tempting than wearing Riley's sweaty 9X helmet. Right? He'll slide right on.
Yeah. But yeah,
Well, go ahead.
When we were in that gauntlet, I remember Adam giving us the rundown, like, here's what's going to happen. And he said something like, I believe his words were, if we tip over, keep your arms inside. All right. Because there's no windows in this thing or anything. Right. He says, we haven't rolled it yet. And I was like, is that a possibility? There's a possibility we could roll in this thing that I didn't even know if my seatbelt was going to click when I pushed it in that thing. And so I had we had Sean Lester and we had some big guys there. So I had to make sure we had to tug on my seatbelt, like make sure this is going to hold me in here. So I was basically praying really hard for about 9 minutes. And whatever, it worked. And so you never know what can happen. Yeah, we didn't roll. We didn't flip. Nothing.
I've seen that thing on two wheels once or twice at Meridian, though.
That's what he said. He's like, we could very well be up on two wheels, maybe on our side, but he's like, I haven't completely rolled it yet. And I was like, that's a positive way you got to look at it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It won't be too bad. Hey, your trucks on Saturday night. Watch Jesse James Lawson, the outlaw.
The outlaw.
He is multi-time street stock champ. He's run modifieds, and he dominated opening night truck race at Meridian 2 weeks ago. So that's going to be one got to look for him too on Saturday.
Is this his first season he's running a truck?
In the truck, yep.
I was like, yeah,
had issues. So Pat Tully bought a truck, John Newhouse's truck, at the end of last year. Jesse couldn't get his running in time for the opener. He won 2 main events 2 weeks ago in Pat Tully's truck. So hopefully he can get his out there so Pat can race with him. And I think it's going to be pretty cool. So that makes somebody sense to watch.
Very good. And then you got the late models, right? So whether it's Dan Root Jr. or Sean Lester, we got some cats that really know how to wheel a late model around the track.
Yep.
And I love the sound of them too. Just they're so loud. I love the sound. So if you haven't been to a race before, the late model is probably going to be most like what you imagine when you hear a race car when you come out to the track. NASCAR-ish looking race car.
Yep. Fiberglass body, horsepower,
mm-hmm.
V8 engine. I'm sure you're going to see Andrew Palmer down there as well. He's probably, I don't know, maybe Andrew Palmer will bring a street stock and his Western Mountain Inc. late model. Hey, speak of the devil. Jesse James says he's bringing his own. So Jesse Lawson going to be down there. Hell of a guy, hell of a driver. So that'll be cool to see down there.
Hey, Jesse, just bring the Dr. Pepper, brother, and then we're good. Yeah.
Yeah, Patrick says nice things about you on the speaker and on the TV
all the time
with a Dr. Pepper.
Yes, all the time.
Yep. If you don't bring him a Dr. Pepper or you bring him something else, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Sherry Waters says hello.
Hey, Sherry.
Part of the Nat Attack team shining up the Pit Stop podcast room here. So good to see them out there. We had a chance to talk to Natalie on the front stretch at Meridian too about the race in bowling and all that stuff. So that was pretty cool.
And they've got the new wrap on her car too. If you haven't seen it, it looks great. So you're going to want to keep an eye, follow Natalie Waters on Facebook. They post, all stuff pre-race, during the race, after the race, everything. So you got to check that car out. They just had a vote too. I don't know if you saw that the other day. They had the past 3 wraps they've had on that car, had a little vote, see what you like best. They just know how to make that car look really good.
Yeah. See, and I'm an orange guy. I like the orange. I like that one 2 years ago with all the orange. Although this year's is pretty cool looking too. I don't know. Maybe we need to. Maybe she needs to be like NASCAR and like change it every week, right?
I mean, I'm sure if they got a wrap shop that'll want to do that for them, they could maybe do that.
B graphics. Yeah.
Wraps cost a lot of money. I know.
I know.
I used to work at one.
So what else we got? The late models are coming.
Yeah, B graphics. They've got that design tiled in. Late models, Idaho vintage racers. So you're going to see street stocks, Thunderdogs, and Hornets.
Yeah, and you got some new. I know that Brent and the gang have been working really hard on some new sponsors and new people helping out down there. So it's going to be a whole new season when the gates open Saturday at 4:45.
Everything's new, ready to go. We cleaned the booth, shined it up. Everything's ready to go. So I got a babysitter for the 2 younger kids ready to go. Grandma's going to come hang out with them. So we just can't wait to get out to the racetrack and have ourselves a day.
40 years, Patrick. It is the 40th year of Magic Valley Speedway.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that 40 years. I'm 40 years old, so that's how long they've been racing there, which is excellent. We love to see racetracks going for decades and decades, and we wanted to keep going. So the best way to ensure that we get to 50 years to 60 years at Magic Valley Speedway is by buying a ticket.
Yep. And if there's any fans on here, well, Patrick, just tell us some Magic Valley memories. If you're one of our Magic Valley friends and fans, comment on that. So, but yeah, they got to buy some tickets though. That's the best way to keep us opening the gates, right?
Yeah, if you go to magicvalleyspeedway.com, they've already got the first 3 races. You can buy tickets right now. So you can buy for this week, for next week, for May 31st. And just buy the ticket online right now. And actually for this weekend, I believe it said you can save $2 buying online. So go ahead, save yourself a couple bucks. Then you can use that to buy a Dr. Pepper at the racetrack. Bam, you're welcome. There you go. That's
all you need, right? Dr. Pepper, race cars.
If you have.
And your best friends.
It's basically math. It's an equation for a good Saturday. It's like science. It's proven.
That's all that makes it all worth it. So yeah, trucks, late models, vintage cars, street stocks, Thunderdogs, Hornets. If you guys are in the chat, tell us who's your favorites. Got to be some people that are your favorites to win some of this stuff.
Yeah, let us know. We want to know who you guys are interested in seeing too, because maybe they don't have the best day at the racetrack, but we can go interview them in the pits, and you can still get to see a little bit of that person or their crew on our Facebook page. Because you never know, they do everything they can during the week, these drivers, to get their cars, trucks in tip-top shape for race day. And some drivers get out in qualifying, have an issue. They might have to keep it in the pits the rest of the night. And while you're at the racetrack, you might not get to see as much of them as you want. Some days you will see them all day, just doing great. Either way, we'll do our best to kind of give you some behind the scenes peeks at or of the racers that you want to see. So if you say, hey, I love Natalie Waters, we'll try and interview Natalie as much as we can. We'll see if we can get some, we could get some great footage, I'm sure, which was interviews with Grandpa crew chief there. Old J-Dub. I don't know if I can call him that. I don't want to be disrespectful. Sorry, John. But we'll give you, if you guys want to see the Outlaw, we'll go interview him. What is Randy Kerr saying? 816 Magic Valley Motorsports Hall of Fame. That's right. There are events like that coming up on the calendar.
Northwest Super Late Model.
So as soon as you can, and keep an eye at magicvalleyspeedway.com. Watch as soon as the tickets are available, get them, because there's going to be events like that where there's going to be a lot of folks there. You're going to want to make sure that you can get in, bring your loved ones, whether it's a date or your kids, whoever it is, your neighbor, introduce somebody else to racing, and you can just have them join the racing family.
Yep. Trevor Wells says we need to interview some Thunderdog drivers. I agree.
Love it.
So maybe this Saturday we'll get down there because Trevor's hoping for a someday 20 Thunderdogs. We've been there before. It could happen.
Yeah, and that's when it's truly it's all I wanted to say magical because it is, because when it's crazy, you got 20 Thunderdog drivers. I mean, they're a little crazy. Let's just be honest. They're a little crazy, right? For what they do. And that's why we love it. They love racing so much. And they're part of the reason why it's it's a great day. That's his nickname, JW. Oh, well, what do you know? It's a good thing I fired from the hip on that one. So
yeah, or it is now.
Yeah,
right?
That's his new nickname.
Hang on. I'm coughing, Patrick. I'm still.
You're good. No worries. So if you guys have someone that you want us to interview at the racetrack or to have a chat with, maybe show a little bit more of their car, we can go get pictures, get interviews, we'll do whatever. Just try and help augment the racing experience. So,
yes.
And Brent and I, trust me, we love any reason to be able to go talk to people at the racetrack and go take pictures of cars and trailers and things like that. So just give us an excuse. Tell us who you want to see.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I should have took some more cough syrup. Yeah, Patrick, I'm getting old. I've had this cough for like 3 weeks, and maybe I need some. I don't know. Maybe I need something stronger than cough syrup, or maybe I just need to not be old. Maybe that's
man, yeah, you powered through though. I was surprised with how sick you'd been feeling that you were announcing at the track. I wondered. I said, "Hey, Diana, we're going up for test and tune to Twin." I said, "I wonder if we're going to get a text that says, hey, Brent's voice is gone. Can you just finish the journey up to Meridian?"
Most of the Treasure Valley would be like, thank goodness. Sunday was rough. Sunday was a little, but I just get so excited. I think I went through like 9 bottles of water. So the only thing I need is a porta potty upstairs at the booth because 9 bottles of water. But yeah, we survived. And here we are ready for another one. Maybe I need something stronger this weekend. This weekend's your deal, though. I'm just going to wander around and watch. Now you're on stage coming up, and I really hope we get a big crowd down there, Patrick. I mean, 40 years of racing at Magic Valley. A lot of these folks that are watching and that race with us have known, have been around there and have done a whole lot of laps. Let's make the next 40 years even better, right?
Yeah, this is a year to celebrate. And so what I'd like to see too is, like, if you're watching this right now, comment what year was the first year you ever went to Magic Valley Speedway.
Right.
And like if your first year was, maybe it was just last year, great. Post it in the comments. If you're watching this as a replay later, still post a comment on our Facebook. If you're watching on the Facebook page, I want to know, like, how many of you guys have been going to Magic Valley for years and years, and how many of you are relatively new to the racing family there and have just made it in the past year or 2 or 3 or 5, however many it is. My first time at the racetrack was just 3 years ago at Magic Valley Speedway. So I'm new there and I love it. So I hope you do too. So there you go. Jake Altman already. 2020 was his first time there at Magic Valley Speedway. Really cool. Already a handful of years in. So look at that.
Yep. I want to ask Jake too through the comments if he's going to make it down. I'm sure that Magic Valley is always on his list for those street stock triples. So Jake, are you coming? Who are you bringing with you from Meridian? Let's see what street stocks are coming down there.
And how many Dr. Peppers are you bringing for the announcer? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Yep.
Those are the questions people want to know.
Jake's a Dr. Pepper guy. He can hook us up. Look at that one. Look at this guy.
Randy Kerr. Race number 1 in the dirt. Now, that's something that probably a lot of folks didn't know. Not always been an asphalt track.
And not that long. I mean, yes, long ago, but tell us again, Randy. I think it was the 80s. I think it was dirt recently. I mean, if that's recent for those of us who were alive back then. But Randy can tell us maybe what year that was. But yeah, it's not like it was dirt in 1932. Right? And it's only a 40-year-old racetrack. So that is pretty good. So Patrick, you're Patrick. See, maybe I need to Maybe I need some moonshine or something. I don't know. Um, 2 years, he said it was dirt. So, but yeah, let us know what year, Randy. Jake says he's going to be there,
Love it.
and he's bringing you a 12-pack of DP.
Jake's my guy.
Dang. You know what? And I'm pretty sure Jake Altman's going to bring you a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper.
That's great. I love Jake already.
There is a fridge in the booth. It'll stay cold.
Yeah, we do have a fridge. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like it's going to get hot. John Waters, 1978. And then she said he's old. Ooh.
I prefer the term distinguished.
Experienced.
Yeah. Because for
Not
real though,
young
have you seen
anymore.
the boots that he wears? Like I would not want to take one in the breeches from that guy. Distinguished, J Dubs. Distinguished.
That's a good one. I like that one. We'll next time we see him at Diamond Cup, we'll let him know how distinguished.
I'm gonna refer to him as such on the microphone. Distinguished JW.
There you go. So what about you? I mean, you're new to Mad Valley Speedway.
Yeah.
Oh, you're good. You're not getting a boot because he's laughing. He is closer to you than he is me, so you get the first boot if we want to. Here's Randy. I thought it was the 80s. 1985, 1986, it was dirt. So, I mean, it's how old were you in 1985, Patrick? You probably that's when you were born, right?
I was born in '84.
Oh, Lordy. Me too. Me too. Here's a newbie to we're going to get this guy on our show too here in the next couple of weeks. Dan Coyle helped call a couple of races. Dan's an announcer, Patrick. Dan does the announcing out at Black Canyon Raceway. So we need to get Dan in here, but he had an opportunity to do some announcing back there with, I would imagine, with DJ and Jen and some of the folks that were there before you came in. Real quick on that note, before I forget, because it is on my little notes, but I still want to spend a few more minutes on Magic Valley Black Canyon Raceway. Dan and the crew, along with Andrew Richardson, had their second race on Friday night. Had a little rain delay, but it sounded like a pretty good night out there. So maybe next week Dan can update us on how the racing's going out there. So yeah, 85 and 86, it was dirt. You were in diapers.
I was, yeah.
2025, I'm almost ready to go back to diapers.
Circle of life, huh?
I wasn't that old though. I was only 10 in 1985.
Okay, yeah.
So that's not too bad. It makes me sound young when I say I was 10 then.
Do you remember what year was the first year you saw a race at Magic Valley Speedway?
Me?
Yeah.
That would have been, it was a little later. I was helping Todd Labronte officiate the Pro 4 Challenge Series, which was a Pro 4 traveling tour. 2001. Okay, it was a couple years before I announced. I never made it down to Twin. Pro 4 Challenge Series, Rocky Mountain Challenge, late models, right in that 2000 to 2003 range before I started announcing at the track in 2004. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with racing since I was a horrible race car driver, and Todd was kind enough to take me down there. So yeah, but that's 20 years ago. 24 years ago. Steve York was the promoter down there at that time. Great guy. But yeah, so that was a while back. John meant 1988 instead of 78, but it doesn't really matter at our age. He's like, whatever. I was down there in the 1900s. Now it's, now my kids are like, oh my God, you were alive in the 1900s? Like, yeah, we were.
Yeah.
That makes us feel old. But yeah, I was going to say, yeah, no way John could have been there in 1978, right? And now he says his wife's, well, we're starting a waters fight.
And no, I want no part of any beef. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was whatever year you guys wanted it to be.
Yeah. So 88, man, that's cool.
Yeah,
Robert.
1988. Oops,
What did
sorry, I
Robert
erased
say there? I
Robert
wish
real
I
quick.
could be a twin. Working late. Robert, don't worry. Speedcast.tv. If you're at work, just pull that up on the phone and I won't tell anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. The cool thing, and Randy's going to put on here too, when we go back in the history of like Meridian Speedway was just Meridian Speedway. And then Davey Hamilton Jr., I don't know, early 2000s. I was still maybe late 90s. I was still racing back then. It became an ASA sanctioned racetrack. But everybody wanted to be, NASCAR. That was the stuff. In 1987 is how long Magic Valley Speedway has been a NASCAR sanctioned racetrack, and that's pretty cool because that was as a little kid, which I was in 1987. It's like NASCAR. You just saw it, and it was the tours, the Northwest Tour, and all that stuff. So, 1987.
Yeah, NASCAR sanctioned for a long time, and that's really, really cool.
Yeah, and that means a lot. And a lot of the fans and people don't know. The people on the other side of the fence, I mean, when you and I are talking, we're talking about NASCAR Division One and a NASCAR champion and all of this stuff. The NASCAR sanctioning is huge for these racetracks. Number one, it's insurance because it's a dangerous sport, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is always that opportunity. NASCAR comes in and covers the insurance. And number two, NASCAR tosses some prize money in, which is really, really, really hard to come by, when you're sponsoring and you're running these small short tracks. So, modifieds, all these divisions that are the top 3, I think, or 4 divisions, they get some NASCAR money at the end of the year too. So these drivers are actually racing for a little bit. Nobody's going to make a living doing this, but at least there's something. What is it? A carrot being dangled at the end.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and these drivers and their crew members deserve every bit of what they get, and for all their hard work because we call it a family because it takes everybody to make this thing happen. So the racers, we need them. Their crew members, we need them. The fans, we need them. And the staff and the officials. And it's like every member of the racing family is so needed, and that's just what makes it the family, la familia, if you will.
Exactly.
It's different than any other sport.
So you had some great ideas for maybe some trivia, but I don't think we can ask any more Magic Valley trivia because, man, Randy Kerr is the man. He's been. We need to get Randy on here prior to that Hall of Fame race because it's a guy like that knows the history and not only knows it, but he walks those acres and acres of land all the time. He is going to be one that would have some stuff. I will ask everybody on here. We know that Magic Valley's 40 years old. What year of racing is it at Meridian Speedway? So who knows? Just saying, I wasn't there when it started. And just saying, I was alive when Magic Valley started. Holy cow. I wasn't there in 1978, Waters. Oh, no, he wasn't either. It was 1988. Just trying to turn the bucket there a little bit.
Meridian's been around for a long time.
Long time. So answer us in the comments if you know what year, not date. How many years has Meridian been racing? If this is the 40th anniversary for Magic Valley, what anniversary is it for Meridian? How's that? That's a good way to put it.
I just Googled it. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's a big year, huh?
Yeah.
It's a milestone. Robert says that all the drivers at both racetracks do an awesome job. And then I love the way he said, oh, yeah, even the announcers.
Even us. Well, the racers make our job what it is, basically, right? So they do good, we can have fun, and it kind of just it's a win-win for everybody. Terry knows.
Terry knows.
Put the number there. Let's see.
And Terry, this young lady, congratulations to Terry Hassan. Today was Terry's retirement day.
Oh,
full-time Speedway scorer and grandma. So happy birthday to Share, or not happy birthday. I'm reading. There's a birthday over here too. Happy retirement to Terry.
Yeah, Happy birthday, Merry Christmas. That's what that is. Retirement.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We had 2 pop up right at the same time. Yes. And yes. 75th anniversary of circle track racing at Meridian Speedway.
That is wild.
75. Whew. Now somebody comment who was there at the first one, right? On the dirt. Yeah, 75th anniversary of racing at Meridian Speedway. You don't find many short tracks in the country that are continuously running. I mean, that's
still packing the seats, like 5,000 people.
That's here's a trivia history. Yes, the west side bleachers at Meridian were wood at one point. I believe the Nelson family many years ago, back there when Leroy was running it, I think him and the boys put up the current metal grandstands that we have. Yeah, that's a long time.
Super long, and now it's part of the National Register of Historic Places.
Yes, not going anywhere. But it's cool that our management group is running 75 and 40-year racetracks that have been continuous, no years off, no, we're broke and we can't run this year, we'll be back next year. It is some type of racing event every year for 75 years in the Treasure Valley and 40 years in the Magic Valley. I was tiny, but I remember that. The concessions at Meridian were under the main bleachers.
Oh, really?
When they were with walked under the bleachers for the concessions. So, yeah. So I started working at Meridian Speedway when I was 14 years old, which would have been 1989. I got to take 50 cents. There's a Maverick across the street right now. Used to be a dirt lot, and it was 50 cents to park in that dirt lot where the gas station is. And then we would finish parking. We'd go in there. I was money hungry at 14. It's like I needed my $4.25 an hour on top of that. I cooked hot dogs in the concession stand, served popcorn. My only request, since I had just come in from the parking lot, was I just want to see the main events. Because not every concession stand kid's a race fan. They're just in there for the money. I wanted the money, but I didn't want to miss a main event a little later on either. And 9 times out of 10, my dad was in the grandstands watching races by himself till I got up there. So I'd jump up there to the main event. So I started working there in 1989. And then on Sunday morning, because a lot of the kids would go to church and stuff, and I would beg my dad. I'm like, Lane Saxton, longtime flagman at Meridian Speedway. He was the cleanup guy on Sunday morning. So I'm like, Dad, I can't, you guys go to church. I got to go I got to go help Lane. I got to help him. So I did cleanup on Sunday morning. And so that's been a long time ago too.
Wow.
And it's 2025 now. Holy moly. Oh, yeah, here we go. Jesse says the only longer continuously running short track in the country is Orange Show. I know that's where Jesse and Sam Newcomer and the families are from, but only by a couple of years. I've never made it down there, Patrick. That's a bucket list racetrack for me just because it's a short track, similar to what you and I get to enjoy every weekend. So, Orange Show Speedway. I know that's where those guys raced. And yeah, here's one more history. I know we're running into that, but Bronco Billy, have you ever seen that show?
No.
It's like from the 70s or 80s, literally filmed in downtown Meridian, part of it at the racetrack.
I'm going to make a note of this. Bronco Billy.
Yep. Clint Eastwood. They had like a carnival scene, and a lot of local Meridian people were extras in the movie. And he robbed the Farmers and Merchants Bank in the movie, not legitimately, but right in downtown Meridian. That was in the show too, and they just tore it down a few years ago. Bronco Billy. You and the kids and Diana should sit and watch Bronco Billy.
Yeah, we're going to check it out.
Yeah. If for nothing else, just to say there's the dairy barn, and there's the bank prints that got tore down, and then Bronco Billy and the crew leave town, and they were gone. So, what else for your opening night, Patrick? Are you ready? You guys excited? I know it's been a long time coming. It seems like every time we get to this point.
Yeah, the main thing is let's just go racing. It's just looking forward to getting there, getting set up, the smell of the concessions, the view of the airport in the background, watching the planes take off and come in as we're waiting for racing to start, putting on some good music. Diana has been listening to the songs and some of the stuff that we love listening to that's now old music and from when we were growing up to listening to what the kids think is cool nowadays, which I don't understand, but she's put a lot of thought. She listened to a lot of music in the off season and just putting stuff together, trying to find a good mix that'll keep everybody excited and have good energy for the races. We're just ready to go, man. I can't wait.
So we're gonna make one more one more shame plug. I got desperate and just threw out our QR code and YouTube all over the Snapchat and TikTok and Instagram, and we really would love to get people involved. So go like and follow the pages. I know a lot of people watch on there, but they don't, they don't do the click. So click, make us feel. How would it make us feel, Patrick?
Well, it would make us feel really cool for one.
We need that.
Very appreciative as well, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, and I know you guys all got jobs and families and lives and race cars and things going on. So the fact that you would just spend a little bit of your day with us, it really does mean something to us. So if you can share that code, Brent's posted it like he said, share that QR code or just hold your phone up, let someone else scan that code on their phone, and it'll pull right up to our page. Hit subscribe, get the notifications, and let us know what you want us to talk about. We'll keep talking about it, bring people on the show.
Yeah, and let us know. Send us a message or even just post on that stuff who you want to see. Patrick and I talked about it today at some point. I've been doing these for probably 6 or 7 years on and off, the podcasts and the radio shows. And Patrick really, and I appreciate it, brought it to kind of my attention last week, Patrick, that we might not need 4 guests every weekend. I mean, look at this. We are 58.11 minutes into this one, and we have talked to just our great fans. And but let us know. What do you want to hear? What do you want to see? That sort of thing, right?
Yeah, we'll mix it up. So there's going to be times where we have some guests on because something cool happened at the track. Somebody got a great win, or somebody had a crazy night at the track, and we want to talk to those people and get their perspective on it. And then there's going to be times it's like this, and we're just hanging out, and it's kind of like we're just ponied up to the bar with you guys, and let's just have a chat. So the more you guys interact, the easier that is to have that conversation flow,
Yeah. And the more, I think that's what I'm kind of waiting on, and Patrick's kind of waiting on. Let's get those YouTube subscribers and people sharing it out there, and then being part of the show and being interactive with us, like all of these folks that have talked to us tonight. Maybe we'll have some goodies from Performance Signs and Graphics or Overturf Photography or Meridian and Magic Valley Speedway. Some stuff to give our fans, but we need to bring our race fans into this environment. So the more you do, I mean, I've got a bag of Overturf Photography stuff down here that is just itching for some new owners. But I'd really like to see the numbers go up, right?
Yeah, boost the numbers up. We've got some ideas, and how do I say this? The more people we have tuned into the page, the easier it'll be for us to get things we can give away, because we want to share as much as we can with you guys, not just our conversation. We want to be able to hand out maybe some tickets to some big events that you can't get, because if we know people that if a race is sold out, we can probably still score a ticket or two. We know people. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying we can, and we've got memorabilia. Overturf Photography has done a great job hooking us up with different things that we can give away to. And we want to show our appreciation for all the folks that tune in, take time to hang out with us here on the podcast. So make sure you hit subscribe, share with a friend. If you go to the racetrack, ask them if they're subscribed to our channel. If not, introduce them to it.
Yeah, just share it out there. And with that, we do want to thank the Race to Inn Bullying. They're a big sponsor, big supporter of us. You see them scrolling along the bottom of the screen. Overturf Photography, I'm working on a separate, Spanky and I are working on a separate project with Jerry, and he's been amazing. And hopefully here in the next couple of weeks, we can tell you what that is for for the Idaho Historical Racing Society. Jerry has been amazing helping us that. Performance Science and Graphics, the big banner here. You are getting one of those, Patrick. Mike, I asked you for your address. Mike's like, when I'm done wrapping race cars, one of those banners is headed to Utah. So
very good.
We thank Mike, Science and Graphics. Scent Savvy, hopefully Shelby will bring us some smelly stuff. Idaho CDL Training, Western Cargo. And now that I feel better and my father's feeling better and life is moving forward, Iron Body Fitness, it's time to get back to the gym. Joe and the crew. Joe's got me a cool app, Patrick, that tells me exactly what to do without him yelling at me. But now he's yelling at me because I'm not doing it, but it tells me exactly what to do. So hit up those sponsors. And if you guys want to help out, get a hold of Patrick Ray. Get you on there. Even if it's just, hey, I own Bob's Chiropractic and I want to give away 10, whatever you do at a chiropractor. I've never been to one. But whatever they do, pop your back, break your neck. I don't know what you do there.
Yeah, if you want to get involved, we'd love to partner with more people. It allows us to do more things with the show. And it can, we can help each other out. We can come up with some fun promotional things that we can do together. So shoot us a DM. The kids say slide into the DMs, stuff like that. So hit us up.
Even we can be cool, right, Patrick?
Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Don't ask our kids, but even we can be cool.
Yeah, it's subjective.
Okay. You got anything else? That was 60 minutes. Holy moly, that flew by like that was awesome.
That's it. Time flies when you're having fun. Let's just everybody get out to Magic Valley Speedway this Saturday. I'm going to be there pretty early. So come say hi. Let's share a little Dr. Pepper and let's just enjoy. I'm just so excited, man.
Yeah, it's race time. Meridian Speedway's dark, so we can get Magic Valley Speedway up and running. And then as we head into May, it's going to be 2 big racetracks in Southwest Idaho. So it doesn't matter which part of the state you live in, you're going to get some racing. So there you go. For all of our sponsors, we appreciate you guys spending an hour, all the comments that came in. One more time, happy retirement to Terry Hassan. We look forward to seeing her at all the racetracks, go-karts, and everywhere. Her and her late husband, Mike, have been huge assets to the racing community, and I'm glad that Terry can now relax, spend some time with her grandkids, but we're still going to make her come to the racetrack, right?
Well deserved, yeah, but come hang out.
So Saturday night, May 3rd, Magic Valley Speedway. I'm headed down there Friday night, Patrick. I'm going to help Spanky get some things rolling, and then Patrick's going to kick off the night with Adam, and we'll be down there chilling, I guess. Is that a cool word, chilling?
Yeah, I mean, to me, yeah, that's what I grew up with, chilling.
Yeah, chilling. All right, we'll be chilling at Magic Valley Speedway Saturday. If you can't make it, speedcast.tv. We're going to get that up and running again here for 2025. So, Patrick, again, thanks for covering for me last week. And, the voice is going already, so maybe you're going to be doing it again next week.
Yeah, just don't change your password.
Oh, no, I won't. And if I do, I'll just put it on the Facebook page for
Okay.
All right, so go get the family ready for bed. I'm going to head out, and we will see you guys at Magic Valley Speedway Saturday night.